What's going on, guys? Bexio back, and today we are going to be talking about Bitcoin, seeing exactly what's going on, if fundamentals, how much news is happening, and are we going into this crypto winter with prices plummeting and a bear market inbound? No one can actually tell, but this time might be a little bit different. Before we jump into that, if you're not subscribed, make sure you smash that sub button because we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. But let's jump right into just the Bitcoin price chart for really quick here. And we can see that it is just a constant kind of stream up. It looks pretty good, just climbing up, going slowly. And obviously, the first hurdle here is going to be about $39,600. The goal for this getting up should be to get in this red zone here between 41 and 45,000. Just to kind of get back into those 40s. It's interesting to see the market psychology. I mean, the price is $38,000, almost $39,000, and right now everyone is very happy that it's almost $39,000. But just a couple weeks ago or a month ago, when it came down to $39,000, it was the end of the world. So just the market sentiment flipping as usual, kind of going all over the place. And it's just what's going to always happen with price, especially with a volatile thing like Bitcoin. But even if we look at the hash rate, so nothing crazy going on the week. It's the 7-day average for the hash rate. We actually did get a nice little bounce here. The raw values, same story, not much going on, but 30-day kind of at all-time high levels for the 30-day average. So just nothing really crazy happening with hash rate. We've had the all-time highs happening and now kind of sustaining this higher level. Nothing crazy going on, but it's still in the recovery mode, still from the bottom here, just moving up and to the right. Fundamentally very good for Bitcoin. And just another quick kind of fundamental thing on Bitcoin that might get overlooked because it's not very interesting. You just look at this line, it is basically up and to the right. These averages don't even matter, but just basically up and to the right. And these are just wallets on Bitcoin, or wallet addresses that have Bitcoin on them or were created. And we can see that the adoption is just moving forward. We're at 66 million last year and around this time, and at 81 million this year around this time. So 20 million gained in a year of users or wallets, not even users, because these are only wallets, so they only count people who move Bitcoin off of exchanges and create your own wallet and put Bitcoin in a wallet there. If you only keep Bitcoin on an exchange, then you don't technically have a wallet because that's just not how the exchanges work, so you wouldn't show up in a chart like this. But still very, very good fundamentally. Wallet growth, hash rate growth, adoption growth, everything fundamentally is great with Bitcoin. So if you're only focused on the price, then you're not seeing what is actually going on behind the scenes that will eventually take over and affect the price much more heavily in the long term, rather than this leverage trading and futures trading and all this stuff that could be affecting the price right now and ignoring fundamentals. Just in some quick news, we have Michael Saylor again buying an additional 660 Bitcoin for $25 million in cash at an average price of $37,865. So obviously they're up right now about $1,000 per Bitcoin on their purchase. So great for them. And they have 125,051 Bitcoin they acquired it for $3.78 billion. So that would be worth about $4.85 billion. So they're up a little over $1 billion on their Bitcoin investment strategy. Doing very good. Michael Saylor just continues piling in Bitcoin, living up to what he's saying, doesn't care about the price, just keeps buying Bitcoin. And I mean, MicroStrategy's gotten obviously a lot of exposure from this Bitcoin move. They've gotten a lot of value from it. They even have a better reserve strategy now than what they had before. So it is amazing to see Michael Saylor continue buying Bitcoin. He's the only one that's doing it. Tesla has Bitcoin. They haven't bought more. Square has Bitcoin. Oh, I guess they're blocked now. They haven't bought more. We only see MicroStrategy continuing to double down every single time. And we're going to see him become the greatest trade in a long time, or the greatest fool. And right now, it's looking like it's probably going to be the greatest trade of all time. And just another quick thing for like news going on in Bitcoin: Fidelity, that they are an $11.1 trillion fund place. And they're not really a hedge fund, but they're kind of, they got 401ks, Roth IRAs, retirement accounts. They're kind of in everything. But $11.1 trillion Fidelity. They say Bitcoin has the potential to be the primary monetary good. They have been all over Bitcoin. They've been talking about how Bitcoin needs to be treated different than every other crypto because it is different. They've been super bullish. They literally have come out in everything loving Bitcoin. They've been against the SEC, denying the spot Bitcoin time and time again. So hopefully we get to see Fidelity get some sort of, they have a big voice in this space. Maybe them talking so positively about Bitcoin, them liking it so much and saying that, the SEC is wrong and they're just doing it wrong. Hopefully, maybe that inspires the SEC to wake up a little bit and finally approve these Bitcoin spot ETFs that have been approved all over the world except for the US. And if you're bearish on Bitcoin, you might want to look at these two charts right here, seeing bullish divergence for Bitcoin price and illiquid supply. Basically, you can see that right here. The blue line is the illiquid supply. The black line is the price of Bitcoin. You can see usually when there's crashes, the illiquid supply goes down. This is depending on the news event that happens. Like when massive FUD, this was China banned, massive FUD, Elon FUD, everything going on that could have happened. You see it move down, but it's been going up ever so slightly and even higher than where it was before, and having a massive spike here with the price grinding down. The illiquid supply keeps going up. People who historically do not sell Bitcoin are stacking it at these prices. They are wanting to get in the game. They want more Bitcoin. And what this really could mean is if we see this illiquid supply continue to go up, it means there's less supply in the marketplace for people to buy and trade. If we see demand have a spike or more people, all of a sudden demand goes up, there just won't be that supply for the people who want to get in. The illiquid supply, probably they're not going to sell to anyone at these levels, so the price is going to have to reflect that. Going to have to rise pretty quickly if demand rises quickly, because supply is the known factor. We know what the supply is, and we know supply is getting locked up right now. So if you're bearish, might not be the best time to be. Also, this chart right here, you can see kind of telling the same story. Balance on exchanges plummeting. We see it just plummet here from about January 2020 to January 2021, this massive plummet. We saw the rise again when the price was getting a little bit higher. People were probably selling, and again, just a massive downturn, going kind of stagnant, and then we see it starting to go down yet again. The Bitcoin on exchanges are leaving the exchanges. So what does that mean? Same thing with the illiquid supply. Bitcoin supply is getting constrained. The long-term holders, the people who aren't going to sell Bitcoin, they're stacking it right now. The supply going down, if demand goes up or even stays the same, the price has to go up in order to sustain that. So we could be seeing a good move up in price right now. And usually that's what Bitcoin loves to do. It loves to go against what everyone expects. Everyone is expecting Bitcoin to go down to 20K, 10K yet again, even though the first time this happened, Bitcoin was 29,000 and everyone was calling for 10K. Bitcoin exploded new all-time highs. Even right now, Bitcoin got to like 32K. Everyone was calling for 20K, 10K again, and we're seeing Bitcoin start to rally yet again. It's just what happens in basically any market. When the majority of people think something's going to happen, the opposite tends to happen a lot. And just to finish this video off with something from Jack Dorsey, who is all in on Bitcoin now, even stepped down from Twitter to go all in on Bitcoin. We see him, big supporter, saying it's time to opt out of the old systems and opt into something that's transparent. Couldn't agree more. Financials should be transparent, especially for all these massive banks, people in government. Everyone should be able to know exactly what they're trying to do with their money when they're trying to do it. That'll cut down corruption, it'll cut down all of these trash things. Just get it out in the open and get a system that isn't controlled by anybody in there, and it wins the game. So Jack Dorsey on board with this. A lot of people that were against Bitcoin coming into Bitcoin now, and if you're bearish against Bitcoin, then you're probably only staring at the price and not looking at other factors like the news going on, the adoption happening, and the fundamentals getting stronger and stronger every single day. But that's going to do it for this video. As always, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys in my next video.